Hey there, have you seen my latest video, Jupiter Gets Emotional? Come check it out at soulmart.me. Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your karmic story together. And please forgive my absence the last 4 weeks. I have been facing my own karmic story, which has been repeating and repeating for the last year. So thank you to all those who sent good support, love, and your prayers. I really appreciate it. I got all the notes, everything. Thank you very much. So let's talk about what's going on. Have you had ascension sickness? That's what we call it when you have to grow super fast. When the spirit grows faster than the body, we get sick. Let's look at Mr. Orbits Man. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the planets all align with the chakras. And this map here shows you how each planet aligns with each chakra. Well, the chakra that's been giving us a sick stomach literally has been the third chakra, which is our yellow chakra. That's because thoughts and feelings come together there. Now, for the last year, Jupiter was in Gemini, expanding thoughts and throwing off the two in their balance. Now, Jupiter's in Cancer, having emotions expand and perhaps throwing them away from thoughts. So, put simply, if you're having ascension sickness, having problems eating, which may lead to problems sleeping, really what you need to do is align your thoughts with your feelings, get those two on the same side. Now, the sun is moving into Leo, which means we're working on the heart chakra, that beautiful green one there, and that means we'll be working on it for the next 2 months. You may not know this, but Chiron also rules the heart chakra along with the sun. So, healing, loving, being in the moment, that's what it's about. But let's look at the planets and what caused all this shift, shall we? Here's a sneak peek. Womp womp! That's right. That's Monday, if you don't know. And there's so much going on, I have to layer it piece by piece. It really begins with a soul pyramid. We got a soul pyramid in Earth starting off the week. That's going to allow us to change reality, rapid fire, and fast. On top of that, a soul pyramid in water, a grand trine aligning our emotions so we get used to the way it feels right away as well. A yod pointing to the sun pulls in our intuition and our ability to kill things into love. That's basically a creation yod right there. You can't put it any simpler than that. Then we've got an opposition, a little tug-of-war between Saturn and the Moon, 2 more oppositions, and a square. That's the one between Uranus and Pluto. We've been feeling that one for a long time. Another square between Uranus and Black Lilith. Oh, that's fun. One more square between the Sun and the Moon, so feelings and our love isn't talking to each other. And one more squares. I love is not talking to boundaries. So all these parts of us are talking to us with the trines. All these parts of us are in fights with each other or ourselves. And that's what I'm going to talk about. When we get up in the ascension elevator and get up to the clouds, I'm going to talk about what this means for each of the 12 zodiacs and your rising signs and how it turns into happiness or not happiness for you. Look at that spirograph. It's so pretty. All right, let's not wait any further. Let's take the ascension elevator and take a better look at you.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Hello, my heroes and Aries risings, and welcome to 33,000 feet for a new view of you, the bird's eye view. It has been intense. My apologies for being off the air. If you're watched over by the Guardian Agency, that's my personal network where I text message my clients and guide them through the day. Well, you know how hard it's been and how much we've been working with you to break through your personal strength issues and nurture your emotions. That's what it's about. For Aries and Aries risings right now, the big Jupiter year for you is emotions. And you know, Jupiter always has a big impact on the planet, but when it's in Cancer, emotions, it affects everybody. Everybody turns into a baby because nobody likes dealing with their own emotions. And that's literally how the Rams have been reporting into me, that you feel like a baby, but you also are working to be strong. And that's kind of the story of the Ram. You know, you are a sheep at the end of the day, right? Aries rising, you just dress like one. Now, that said, let's look at what you're working on. We're working on love and joy this month. The sun is in Leo. That's the I love state of awareness. That is the inner child. That means it's time to focus on whether or not you're having fun on this planet or not. That first starts with clearing pain and finding the inner child. A lot of Rams off saving the day, not listening to their own child at home. This moves into light casting, your ability to manifest reality and creativity, and later at the end of the transit in about 28 days, hopefully you can step into some serious joy. A lot of what's been preventing that joy, though, has to deal with emotions. The sun now is in Leo, and this week we'll move from step 5 to step 11. That's thinking all the way to healing. And what you're doing is thinking about your inner child, and you're going to also begin to heal that inner creative self. This may be coming out in the form of a love affair or a creative project, just so you know, Ram. Now, those 4 planets at the bottom are all focused on your emotional state of being, and that was the turbulence that you felt last month. Jupiter there at the bottom will be there for an entire year, and Black Lilith, which is our inner rage, is also there. So even though you're moving to personal dreams and having a lot of fun, you're still working for a full year on taking better emotional care of yourself. Saturn in Scorpio is direct now since my hiatus. That means it's now time to move forward with personal boundaries. It also means you're trying things you've never tried before, so you're kind of out there on a ledge. This could be in sex, trust, intimacy, or maybe taking a risk with your career. All the above count, and really you have no experience. You're going where no ram has gone before, so move forward and try to be courageous. And lastly, Pluto in Capricorn is retrograde at step 9. That means there will not be no major career advancements for the Aries right now. In fact, it doesn't go direct until the end of until September 21st. So career is kind of relooking, re-examining, re-exploring, and most importantly, you're working on changing the rules of your career, because a lot of your emotional issues deal with Pluto opposing all those planets in Cancer, and that means there's a struggle between the decisions you throw upon yourself and then the emotional consequences those decisions end up having on you. So let's start off as we did. I don't know if you remember this, but we start with the week we just had so we can catch up. Now, looking at this last week, now watch your Jupiter Gets Emotional videos if you have one. Last week we had that full moon at 0 degrees Aries, and that was the kickoff of breaking away from just emotion and working on inner child. We had our first breakdown this last Saturday on the 27th. Uranus ruled the day from Friday to Saturday. That was the first maybe inner temper tantrum of the inner child, perhaps breaking down for the Rams. And through this weekend, you licked your wounds, and here we are today. So let's bring us to this week. Welcome to Leo, I must say. Now, Leo will feel good when you break through all this energy on Sunday. Mercury rules the day, so you're breaking through on Sunday. Now, this whole week, Jupiter is at step 7. That means you want to listen to your feelings. Your feelings are psychic. 7 means psychic. So Jupiter is trying to expand your psychic awareness of your feelings. You got a bad feeling about things, you want to pay attention to that bad feeling. We're going to coast through Monday, and on Tuesday, now Neptune rules. So I would think that Tuesday and Wednesday, God Universe is telling you something very, very important in your emotional field. And remember, we are working on you stepping in your inner child. So in this first half of the week, you're really looking to figure out what is in the way of your joy. Where is your inner child damaged? Where are you being a party pooper at your own game or at your own play? That's really what intuition is for in this first chapter, getting to the root of where your heart is hurt, or where you can get to the bottom of where you abandon your heart or stop following your dreams, or if you're in a love relationship, when was it that you guys fell out of love? Okay, so that's really what the first half of this week is. Now look at that. Neptune is retrograde, so that means you have to get on your knees and chant, pray, connect. The universe is not going to have a birdie tell you, or bypass you in the highway, or get a strange text message in the middle of the night that explains it. You've got to ask God, universe, hey, why is my heart hurting? Where did this start? Why can't I get positive about this? Why isn't my heart into this? Or what is my heart want to be into? All right. Now by Thursday, the skull and crossbones means it's time to decide. Something will die because you will identify something that's in the way of your personal dreams, something in the way of having fun. All right. So once you make that decision, it's an incision in consciousness. You cut away what you will no longer invest your love energy into. And this might all be very emotional. Let's not forget Jupiter and Cancer, all very emotional as you move forward. So Thursday is the day you must decide. Now, if you're trying to decide if you're in love with someone, or if you want to be on a creative project, or if you want to cut away from a creative partnership, you'll make that decision on Thursday. And on Friday, we will take action. So you'll take steps forward on Friday to step away from whatever is causing that inner child pain or preventing you from having your creative dreams come true. That might be a job, a relationship, anything, folks. I just want to let you know. So be strong and listen to your gut. Your gut will tell you, is this smart or is this not smart? That's what you want to listen to. And that's what Jupiter at 7 degrees is. Your feelings will tell you. Now what you want to do is kind of meditate on those feelings and allow yourself to feel. If you get an answer you don't want, well, meditate on your feelings the next day and the next day. Give yourself a good solid 3 days if you don't like the answers of what you're picking up on. This is a very important thing. We're talking about you cutting away from what's in the way of your personal dreams, and that means you really got to be serious if you want to have joy. That's what I call serious joy. On Saturn Day, it's actually going to be a day of manifestation. That's the butterfly. So you're going to love and trust and hold space that the old bad times of the inner heart are over, that the bad feelings are over. You're going to love and trust that we are moving forward from this point on. All right? So let's take a sneak peek at next week. That's part of the new horoscopes too. Next week, Sunday's a groovy day of healing, but the most important part is the turning point on Tuesday. On Tuesday, August 6th, that will be a very cosmic light cast day with Uranus ruling the day and Jupiter shifting to 9 degrees on that same day. Pretty intense stuff. But don't go just yet. I've got some things to tell you about. For one, if you don't have it already, check out my Jupiter Gets Emotional video. This is a downloadable video. It's also available on MP3 if you want to try that out and just listen to me. I basically coach you for the next 6 months of your emotional changes, starting right now all the way through to December, and you'll notice that October is particularly difficult. So if you want to know a little bit more, come on down to soulmart.me and take a look. I got a video up that explains it in detail. The Act 2 video reports are now on sale for just $3.99, so if you want to catch up on what you've been doing this summer and dive into Leo, they're available as well and on sale right now at soulmart.me. And if you don't know, if you haven't had it, a serious joy reading with me. Now, I'm only holding this price for the rest of August. If you want to get in front of me and do one-on-one work, serious joy right now, $99.99 at soulmart.me. And if you want day-to-day, moment-to-moment guidance, it's like intuitive texts that come at the right time just before you do the wrong thing. It's called the DA Tech Service. Come on down to Soulmart. All these are available at soulmart.me. And the last thing I do want to point out to you, my Rams, is for you to come on down and join me for my new guided hangout. It's called Practical Wizardry, and it's me teaching you about magic. We're talking about stepping into the heart and getting into our love heart chakra magic. It tapes on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern at soulgarden.tv or .me, whichever you want to do. Yeah, I'd love to have you in the studio, by the way. I'd love to have some Rams tell me how that magic's going. All right, my Ram, that's all I have for this week. I'll see you next week with more. Until then, live, love, be.